ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Welcome to the Life Scope channel, your premier destination for eye-opening stories and impactful insights. Today, we dive into the dark and twisted world of revenge porn, exploring 3 infamous cases that not only shocked the world but also changed the law forever. From the notorious Hunter Moore's IsAnyoneUp.com to Holly Jacobs' brave fight against cyber exploitation and California's first landmark conviction, these tales are not just scandalous, they're cautionary lessons on privacy, consent, and justice. Get ready for a ride through betrayal, legal battles, and societal shifts as we unravel the stories that made revenge porn illegal.
So you admit what you're doing is not right?
I mean, I love what I do, but at the same time, just looking at my website, it should just kind of educate you on, technology.
So you feel you're really doing you have educational value here. Is that honestly what you believe?
Not concerning, towards, underage kids with camera phones, but, ladies like this, no, it's not.
But you've yet to actually give a complete answer on anything, and I guess what I'm wondering is, you do know what you're doing is sleazy, right?
I don't feel it's sleazy at all.
Really?
Yeah. The people that they're trusting are the ones that are submitting it, so
right.
Why isn't the blame pointed at them?
Well, they're sleazy too, but you're profiting from it, so
and
that kind of makes you culpable also. Just because there's a lot of people who are jerks out there, doesn't mean you have to be one of them too, and it doesn't mean that you have to profit off it.
But I want to.
I've got someone on the phone wants to talk to you. Her name is Ali Pereira. She's been on our show before. She sent topless pictures of to her boyfriend. They ended up online. She's with us right now. And Ali, you have a question for Hunter?
Yeah, I wanted to know, actually Hunter retweeted me when I tweeted you my question. So all of his followers were tweeting me, calling me a slut, and saying that I deserved what I got for my pictures. So I don't really understand how all of a sudden he's all anti-bullying and says that now that since he shut down the site, these girls' pictures are gone forever, because they're not. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
What do you think, Hunter?
I don't know how you can point your finger at me. You took the picture. I've been justifying this in my head for over a year and a half of, the site, what I do and the site that I run. But at the end of the day, it started with you, and you took these pictures. I don't know how old you are, but I'm sure, you're smart and go to school. It's 2012. What do you expect to happen?
I'm just kind of amazed that he's pretending to be this good guy and this changed guy. He liked being a life ruiner. He created great emotional distress. And basically, this is cyber rape. That's all it is.
Cyber rape, that's way worse than real rape. I guess that's what you're saying.
He should be ashamed of himself, because these girls, however old they are, these are the type of people that post things on Facebook saying they're jumping off the bridge because you're capitalizing on their misery.
So I just finished watching The Most Hated Man on the Internet on Netflix, and it gave a lot of insight on how posting intimate pics without consent can be illegal. This documentary pulls you right into the twisted world of Hunter Moore, the guy behind the notorious revenge porn site IsAnyoneUp.com. Right from the start, the documentary hooks you with its intense and unsettling premise. It dives straight into how Moore built his empire on the pain and humiliation of others, all while basking in his infamy. Now, he was in his 20s at the time, and he appeared to live a lifestyle of sex, money, and drugs. Moore was portrayed as not giving a damn about anyone else but himself. During this visual journey, a part of what made the site so successful was the crowd participation. Hunter would invite his audience to mock, make fun, and clown the victims on the website. Victim stories are heartbreaking and raw, showing just how deep the impact of revenge porn can go. Hearing them recount their experiences brought a human element to the narrative, making it impossible not to feel for them. Once they found their images on the site, some tried to reach out to Hunter to get him to take them down. However, he refused to take anything down and responded to some of their messages with an LOL. What was not surprising was the almost cult following that was shown Hunter had over his followers. Hunter Moore seems to revel in the chaos he causes and was very unapologetic about it. How his reign came to an end was due to one of the mothers of the victims, Charlotte Laws. Her daughter insisted that she had been hacked and didn't share her personal pics with anyone.
"Thank you for being evil," he would tell them, but he went too far when a racy, hacked photo of Charlotte Law's daughter appeared on the site.
She was in tears. She was devastated. She didn't know what to do. She was getting phone calls from strange men asking her out and saying, "Ooh, hey, baby."
After relentless pressure from Charlotte Laws, her daughter's photo was removed from the site, but the crusading mom wasn't done yet. She spent the next 2 years amassing evidence against the revenge porn site. You really basically became an internet sleuth, didn't you?
I did become an internet sleuth. I got in touch with initially 40 victims.
Then she turned over the information she'd collected to the FBI.
I had a file that was about 12 inches thick, so I had a ton of data on Hunter Moore.
The evidence was so overwhelming, Moore pleaded guilty to unauthorized access of a computer and identity theft. He was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. How does it feel to be the most hated man on the internet? You have anything to say to those people whose pictures you posted online without their permission nude and ruined their lives?
Netflix just put out a documentary about me. My name is Hunter Moore.
Moore is now out of prison and acknowledges what he did was terrible.
I was kind of a little
I think he just probably is a miserable shell of a person, is my guess.
It was discovered through the investigation that a few of the victims were hacked by a guy that Hunter paid. This documentary is not just a recount of past events, but a poignant reminder of the ongoing issues related to online privacy and digital consent. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dark side of the internet and the importance of protecting personal boundaries in the digital age. At one point, Hunter Moore referred to himself as a professional life ruiner. Additionally, he made comparisons between himself and Charles Manson, a well-known American criminal, cult leader, and musician who killed actress Sharon Tate. Moore was even referred to as a sociopath by investigators on multiple occasions. All things considered, The Most Hated Man on the Internet is a must-see. It's not only about one man's horrible deeds, it's also about more general concerns like consent, privacy, and the shadowy side of the internet. The documentary moves along at a good pace and retains your interest throughout. At the conclusion, you're left feeling a little bit cautious of what you put out, along with a mixture of outrage and empathy. I recommend watching this documentary because it serves as a potent reminder of the value of digital ethics and the necessity of strong legislative safeguards for our online activities. Now, let's talk about Holly Jacobs.
It can destroy lives with the click of a mouse. Naked or intimate photographs shared between two people in a relationship suddenly find their way onto the internet after the relationship goes bad and someone decides to get revenge.
My stomach dropped. I honestly could feel myself turning white.
Holly Jacobs was 26 and a PhD candidate when her life suddenly turned upside down. Naked pictures she had sent to her boyfriend years before showed up on the web.
I just felt like my life was ruined.
Experts believe it happens more than you may imagine to both women and men. But unlike sexual assault, in most of the country, so-called revenge porn is not a crime.
Anytime our society chooses not to blame that kind of malicious behavior and instead blame the actions of the victims, you could be next.
Last month, Jacobs sued her ex-boyfriend Ryan Say in civil court, becoming, it's believed, the first person in Florida to sue someone for allegedly distributing revenge pornography. Say is also facing related criminal charges, including stalking and unlawful publication. His lawyer says Say never posted any pictures of Holly and claims someone hacked his computer, stole the pictures, and then posted them.
He adamantly disputes the charges. He steadfast denies any involvement with this, and his position is he's a victim as much as Holly is.
How best to avoid this problem? Experts say don't take pictures and then share them.
Anybody who thinks this isn't going to happen to them is just resting on the illusion that people are good people, and they're not.
Revenge porn, when a picture becomes something better not remembered. For today, Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Miami.
And joining us now exclusively is Holly Jacobs and her attorney, Patrick McGee. And good morning to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
This wasn't just a Facebook profile photo, because you changed that back, but then you started to see other photos showing up in other places, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they started popping up on sites every 6 months, and then all of a sudden I started dating somebody new in November of 2011, and they went viral.
And at times the picture would come up and your name and contact information would accompany it, which becomes a dangerous situation.
Yes, absolutely, because you have people. I mean, my email address was attached to these, and so I had harassing emails constantly coming in. My work location was posted up there, and so I was terrified. I was so afraid that somebody would physically stalk me.
You know, I want to mention in your case it was mostly nude photographs. In other cases, I mean, there are very sexually explicit videos that have been posted by an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend online, and yet it doesn't seem, as we heard in Kerry's piece, that in enough states there's any way you can fight back against it.
Holly Jacobs, originally Holly Tometz, became a prominent figure in the fight against revenge porn after becoming a victim herself. In 2009, explicit photos and videos of her began appearing on various revenge porn websites, along with her personal information, such as her name, phone number, and email address. These images were also sent to her employers, significantly impacting her personal and professional life. Jacob's ordeal began when her Facebook account was hacked on New Year's Day 2009, and her profile picture was changed to a nude photo. Despite her ex-boyfriend Ryan's denial of involvement and claims that his accounts were also hacked, Holly believed he was responsible, given that he was the only person with access to the photos. In response to the ongoing harassment and the failure of law enforcement to take action, Jacobs founded the Cyber Civil Rights Initiative in 2013. This organization aims to support victims of non-consensual pornography and advocate for stronger legal protections. Jacobs has been a vocal advocate, appearing on major media outlets and testifying before legislative bodies to push for laws criminalizing revenge porn. Around the time that Holly Jacobs was becoming someone that doesn't give in to fear, California becomes first state to convict someone for operating a revenge porn website.
Today, an international high-profile case of revenge porn ends in a prison sentence of 18 years. The crimes? Identity theft and extortion involving sexually explicit images of women posted on a website. 8 distraught victims spoke in court in a case that was the first of its kind, really, in the nation. Let's get up to speed now with NBC7's Gene Cubison. Gene?
Well, 28-year-old Kevin Bolliard is a web developer by trade, and he developed the pretty twisted specialty of soliciting naked pictures of women from their angry ex-husbands and boyfriends who were bent on revenge. Well, the scheme created a world of fear and chaos for more than 24 victims.
In 2013, California made headlines when it became one of the first states to convict someone under its newly enacted revenge porn law. The case involved Noah Iniguez, who posted naked photos of his ex-girlfriend on her employer's Facebook page, along with derogatory comments. This landmark case highlighted the effectiveness of revenge porn legislation and set a precedent for other states to follow. From Los Angeles to San Diego, the San Diego office of the state attorney general said that the owner of a California-based revenge porn website received an 18-year prison sentence. Kevin Ballard was the operator of the revenge porn website YouGotPosted.com and its associated extortion site ChangeMyReputation.com. His case is one of the most notable in the realm of revenge porn due to the legal consequences he faced. Users could anonymously post explicit photos of others without their consent, along with personal information like names and social media profiles. Victims were then directed to ChangeMyReputation.com, where Ballard charged fees ranging from $300 to $350 to have the images removed, essentially extorting money from the victims to restore their privacy. In April 2015, Ballard was sentenced to 18 years in prison. However, under California law, he was eligible for parole after serving half of his sentence. In fact, a judge reduced his sentence to 8 years in jail and the rest under mandatory supervision in the community.
Like, to me, like, betraying someone like that, something they did, the most private thing they did in a moment where you were sharing something, and then to screw them over like that and put it online so that everybody they know can watch it. It's just so despicable. So I'm leaning in Anna's direction, but there are some issues where you're going to say, hey, look, man, we did it together. You gave me permission, right? Right? And so
my picture. It's on my phone.
Right.
I took it.
Right, and then somebody will say, well, she gave me permission before, now she's saying otherwise because she's being malicious to me. Oh boy, and then how do you judge that? But the flip side is that's why you have trials, to judge it.
You can give permission for one thing and not another. I mean, obviously when you're doing that in a private setting and you're allowing your significant other to take that photo or take that footage, it's for their personal enjoyment. It's not for something on the internet. It's not meant to end up on the internet. That's my point. So, and revenge porn by definition is revenge. It's getting back at someone. It's done to humiliate someone.
So as of right now, Kevin Ballard is still in jail. And even though 8 years is a lengthy sentence, I don't think the judge should have reduced the time after it was set. He, along with Hunter Moore, ruined people's lives, and the victims' pictures or videos are more than likely on real porn sites. And let me also add, in the Is Anyone Up documentary, the group Anonymous got involved to help bring Hunter Moore down. But it's clear that people aren't thinking about the consequences of posting a nude or intimate pic of your ex after y'all broke up. To me, that's not cool at all. And I don't like how people that post revenge pics are low-key bringing audiences or followers into their mess. Like, for real, someone made you that mad that instead of moving on with your life, you want to tear theirs up. Although you have to be cautious, I think it's unrealistic to just ask everybody to never send a sexy picture to someone they are digging on. So I feel there definitely need to be some consequences because a lot of predators are online. Anyway, let me know what you think, and don't forget to support the channel. Until next time.